Now, there are a few albums that also came out this past year from bands that we know. I'm going to run through them, and some of these I haven't listened to. Some I have. If any of you have heard them, just chime in and let me know what you think. There's a new Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds album called Wild God. Anyone listen to that?
I did listen to it.
What's your quick review on that?
I actually really like it. I think it's strong. It's definitely immediately it's a Nick Cave album, and it sounds like that, and you know what to expect, and it delivers on that. So again, no rating, but maybe I'd give it an 8.
Okay, 8. So pretty good. I think I've heard one song. I've heard one song from that actually.
And he sang the song of the lake, the song of the lake, and all the king's horses, and oh, never mind, never mind.
I guess Pearl Jam had a new album. I didn't listen to it. Anybody listen to that?
I did not.
Okay. Green Day. They had a new album. Anyone hit the Green Day?
I listened to the first few tracks, but I didn't listen to the whole album.
Okay. So yeah,
I read a lot about it, and I did listen to it, I think, once through, and it's, it's amazing that Green Day is still out there doing the same thing that they've been doing for so long, and they did kind of reinvent themselves a little bit. But I'm a fan, and I dig it, and it did sound good. For some reason, I didn't jump back into it though, But I think it's a pretty strong album, but I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, I remember the tracks I heard. The production on them was great, I thought.
Yeah,
and it sounded really good. I just haven't listened to the whole album. So.
Congratulations, best of luck and blessings. We're all together and we're living in the 20s. Salutations on another era. My condolences. Ain't that a kick in the...
Let's see. Evidently, Sheryl Crow did one new album after a long time.
I did not listen to it.
Supposed to be your last one? No one listened to it. Okay. That's right. And the Melvins evidently put out an album, and I never really listened to the Melvins either. Anyone do that one? No. Okay. So now here's a small group of albums that I did listen to, and they're interestingly sort of related. The first one, not so much. The first one is X, Smoke and Fiction, and that one they say it's their last album, and I really felt it was very good. I think it was very X. Again, all these bands we talk about have a more mature sort of sound now, but X still has that sort of quintessential X factor. I actually gave it an 8 rating. I really enjoyed it, and I'll listen to it. I mean, if you like X, you're going to like it. And even if you don't know of X, it's worth checking out. Did anyone else listen to that?
I did. I actually thought it was a stronger album. Honestly,
yeah.
It's a good listen. I think that John Doe's voice is still really strong, and so is oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on her name?
Exene Cervenka.
Exene, yeah. I thought she sounded great too, and I think lyrically and musically it's still strong. So yeah.
Is Billy Zoom still in it?
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
Yeah, so. It's the original 4.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
DJ Bone Break.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so this last sort of group of albums that I listen to have a very interesting sort of connection. They're all female musicians who were in bands before and now have their solo albums out from last year. Came out with a solo album last year. The first one's Kate Pearson with an album called Radio and Rainbows. She's from B-52's solo album. And I went into it going, all right, well, we'll see. I was a little skeptical. It was better than I expected. It was very fun. I gave it like a 7. That was kind of nice. Anyone else?
Yeah, I agree with the rating 7. I had a lot of fun listening to it. I think there's a few tracks I'm like, okay, whatever, but overall, it's just a fun album.
we've got Beth Gibbons from Portishead put out an album called Lives Outgrown. And it's sort of really interesting musically. It's sort of like part Radiohead, part prog rock, and part Baroque, and then Middle Eastern influenced stuff. But it's all, great vocals from her. I actually enjoyed it. I listened to it maybe once and then maybe one very kind of in the background listen, but I enjoyed it. I mean, if you like Portishead, and certainly if you like a good voice with some kind of interesting, kind of very orchestral kind of backing music, you'll like this. I gave it an 8, actually.
I'm floating on a moment, don't know how long. No one knows, no one can stay. All going to nowhere. All going, make no mistake.
It's on my top 10 of the year.
Yeah, it's good.
And if you're expecting Portishead, don't.
No, it's not. It doesn't sound like Portishead, but yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's on my top 10 a year. It's one of my favorite albums that came out. I've listened to it like a bunch of times so far. So,
And then we've got Kim Deal with an album, Nobody Loves You More. I found it to be, I don't have my notes here, but I'm going to go from memory. I really liked it. I thought it was very good. I gave it a 7.5. Standout tracks. I thought the title track, opener, Nobody Loves You More, very good.
I need to tell you, nobody loves you more. I need to tell you, nobody loves you more.
I love this song called Big Ben Beat. It's kind of weird, and the instrumentation's kind of weird and nutty. And I think Disobedience and Crystal Breath. Those are good tracks. Did anyone else listen to this album?
They did not.
No. Okay.
I a lot of people are loving this album. I'm very excited about it, and I've tried to listen to it a couple of times, and I really want to like it, but I'm having trouble with it. And I'm not. And it's like I love Kim Deal. I like the sound of her voice. I appreciate that she is doing some different instrumentation and arrangements, and I just for some reason it's not working for me. So
Okay.
it's weird. Sometimes I'm like that.
Yeah, sometimes. All right.
Always.
So, and then we get another Kim with Kim Gordon's album, The Collective. And this was sort of, I was under my radar until just a couple days ago. I went, oh, Kim Gordon put out a solo album. And it is very interesting, and I think it's very good. I would give it an 8 probably. It is noisy and brash and maybe almost overwhelming. It's kind of industrial in its feel. I think if you haven't listened to it, Alan, have you listened to it?
No, I haven't yet.
I think you'd really enjoy it. Anyone would, maybe, if they're into this kind of, it's very interesting production. It can get a little, there's 10 tracks on it. I'm looking here. No, there's 11. I think around track 7 or 8, you're kind of like, wow, this is a challenge to my ears. But very interesting that I think it's really worth a listen.
Button down laptop, hand cream, body lotion, Bella Freud, YSL, Egg House Latte, eyelash curler, vibrator, teaser, bye bye, bye bye.
it's a really strong album. I really like it a lot. I didn't put it on my top 10 of the year, but it is one that I listened to a couple times and do like it a lot.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's all I have. Did anyone else have any other albums you want to mention?
Does Paul Weller count?
Sure. I sure, why not? Sure.
Yeah, because I mean the jam. I mean, it's sort of like wasn't necessarily our time frame, but
I was
anyway.
It was.
And Style Council.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. But yeah, this is a 17th solo album. I didn't realize he had that many.
Wow.
But I gave it a listen, and I think it's a good album. I really was surprised because I wasn't sure what to expect, and it's very different than anything in his younger years. And I haven't listened to a lot of his solo stuff in between, but I've heard some here and there. But I think it's a good album. It's worth listening to and just checking out. If you like his voice, especially, because it's really focused really strongly on his vocals. So.
Okay. I haven't heard of it. I'm going to check it out. Anything else from anybody? Nope. Okay.
No,
well, we can wrap up. Thanks for listening, everybody. And thanks to the panel once again. And like and subscribe on Patreon, folks. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Say bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this GenXplainers podcast. Follow us on Instagram and friend us on Facebook. Just search for GenXplainers. See you next time.